Hello viewers, I am Azoka Odian. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram for more updates. IPOB behind my woes. Yeah, this is according to Kyari. IPOB behind my woes. The embattled Deputy Commissioner of Police Kyari has claimed that members of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB and Eastern Security Network ESN are behind his travails. Nyabuna IPOB, well, while earlier facing a police probe panel led by Joseph Ebunike, a Deputy Inspector General of Police DIG at the Force Headquarters, Abuja, Kyari met the disclosure. Kyari said IPOB and its armed wing were after him due to the onslaught launched against them in the southeast. Kyari, who did not deny violating social media rules of the Nigerian police NPF, was berated by the panel for the fact that the officer had been warned against same practice previously. Many Kyaris are in the Nigerian police force, says XAIG. Many Kyaris, they are still there. According to Kyari, he said it is a campaign to smear his reputation by members of the IPOB. That's his predicament. This was the hush puppy time before the drug thing. He said they are vowed to destroy him due to his onslaught against them in the southeast. He was quoted to have said that. But the panel, which faulted his claim, saying it is watery, ordered his demotion from the rank of Deputy Commissioner of Police to Assistant Commissioner of Police. Now, by saying IPOB is behind his problems, his woes, his predicament, I'm still wondering how. Was it because Nnamdi Kanu said he will leave Igbo land in shame? Or is it a case of voodoo and juju? It was alleged that Kyari and his co-conspirators, I meant co-policemen. Okay. By the way, his fellow policemen were allegedly involved in this drug deal, so they are co-conspirators. So, did IPOB use juju on them? You know, there is a particular jazz that induces stealing, robbery in someone, makes people to wonder. We also had the crack team has their own native doctors, because fighting crime in Nigeria is so hard that security operatives are making use of spiritual warfare. Doesn't mean IPOB's juju was superior. That's by the way. Kyari seems to be neck deep in the drug deal and probably several other evils that are yet to, they are yet to uncover. According to police, uncovering. And this would have been happening even before he was used to track down ESN or people he caught in the name of ESN. Have you heard the latest on Evans, the kidnapper? I want you to see this video.
From my voice for the first time, make una follow up that guy case. Do you know what Evans says? Recently, una know what Evans say. Evans the kidnapper. Actually, the police were all over the place. Oh, Kyari the super cop, they lifted up that day. But not knowing that Kyari is the same people now then they supply Evans gone. Do you know what he told Evans the kidnapper? He told Evans, they no go condemn you to death. Don't worry, we are here. Blah, 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 blah. They condemn Evans to death. Evans went for appeal. Now there Evans begin to talk. Oh, make una they hear me now. Evans begin to talk. Say, hey, Kyari was my boss. So he told me not to to mention his name. That I'm not going to go down on this. The same Kyari. Now Yahoo, fraudster. Kyari is also money launderer. If you don't know, make una know today. The same super cop. When we talk like this, sometimes it go be like saying I me the craze. You don't understand when somebody they talk empty like this. I'm talking alone, Abi. You look like I'm crazy. But the truths always come out. Nnamdi Kanu was talking like a madman, right? Say, no, the Nigerian government will tell you, don't mind it, don't mind that man, don't mind him, don't mind him. Online president, online Biafra. But
anyway, that is the story for another day. Abba Kyari would have mentioned IPOB just to gain the sympathy of haters of the Biafran agitations. You know, it appears the worst crime in Nigeria is to try to secede. What do you think? Meanwhile, the cocaine scandal is the latest of alleged crimes committed by Abba Kyari and co. More senior police officers to be arrested or have been arrested following the detention of DCP Abba Kyari over drug-related offenses, credible sources said on Monday. And according to reports, there was a high-profile complicity in the latest incident involving the widely celebrated Super Cop, who the NDLEA said has strong ties with cross-border drug barons, using his position in the police as cover. A source said serious infractions have been established against Kyari in relation to drug crimes, but the matter was being foot-dragged at the police headquarters in Abuja and commands in some states. This time around, people would be picked in other high-profile places because the secret has been busted. One of the sources said, the Nigerian Police Force, NPF, has already handed him over to NDLEA. You know that. Now, before Monday's development, the issue of drug deal involving him and the NDLEA operatives was only known to the top echelon of the police, that's Nigerian Police Force, who were in receipt of the communication by the anti-drug agency. One of the officers said the arrest and subsequent handover of Kyari to NDLEA for probe has caused serious confusion in the force. There is fear. A lot of people are like, they will come for us. Just like when a coup happened and you have a knowledge of that coup and you didn't report, the fear will be around when they start picking people. The fear will be upon you. So there is serious confusion in the force. What happened was an institutional indictment. In the police force, especially among the junior officers, they said they see Oga Kyari as a role model in the view of various breakthroughs he had made in the arrest of criminals across the country. The drug thing happened while they were waiting to see how the Hush Pipi scandal will end, one of the officers said. Another police officer said the deal between Kyari and the NDLEA was not unusual. It's a common thing. It's not unusual. And they said 6 items are sold, including hemp, Indian hemp, and other drugs. It is you people that are expressing shock. There are bad elements in both the police, NDLEA, and other security agencies, especially at our airports, he said. Oh, so, hey, look at what they have done to. Anyway, it has been busted. Now, how can the police appoint Tunde Disu as head of intelligence response team and Kyari still controlling the boys, Kyari that has been suspended? According to a Guardian report on August 2nd, 2021, Inspector General of Police Usman Alkali Baba named Tunji Dusu as the new head of Intelligence Response Team A unit of the Nigerian Police, once led by suspended Abba Kyari. But despite the replacement of Kyari, he was wielding power, more power and influence than Disu, his supposed replacement. So the Guardian quoted the NDLEA as saying that Kyari recently led a team to arrest some traffickers, despite being under suspension. You know, this is one of the absurdities, based on what the Guardian reports, that render our institutions weak. How can you appoint Tunde Disu as Kyari's replacement and render him irrelevant? How can a man under suspension call the shots while his supposed successor is reduced to a powerless onlooker? Suspension should be treated as such, you can't be under suspension and still be calling the shots as head of the Police Intelligence Response Squad, despite the appointment of a successor. Discipline is the soul of any working system. Allowing a suspended officer to continue to exert influence encourages impunity and indiscipline. The victim of this absurdity is not Tunji Disu, but the system or the institution. The most dangerous threat to national security is the involvement of security officials in a crime or their association with criminal groups. When you have an army captain on the payroll of a kidnapping kingpin or a police officer hobnobbing with lawbreakers that he is supposed to fight, public safety and security are in great danger. We have many fifth columnists who are frustrating the war against terrorism and banditry. Our security organizations need thorough overhaul to weed out the bad apples. We can never be safe in a situation where security officials are in bed with criminals. Hello viewers, what do you think about today's reports? Every of what we have said today is still on the Kyari case. Add your comment respectfully on the comment section of this video. I remain Azuka OJ. Bye for now.